I heavily use Gann swing charts, and I think, to be honest, they're one of the great trading secrets. They're not well known, or not as well known as they should be, but they're superb indicators for support and resistance levels. It's very difficult to make a human error mistake when you're using a swing chart. Gann's work made such a big difference when I was actually trading. In fact, you almost feel like it takes you from an amateur to a professional when you start to implement your stuff.
The time cycles Gann was studying were going back hundreds of years, and sometimes 1,000 years. Like he had wheat going back to 1259 and cotton going back 400 years. So he was running long-term cycles. So if you're just studying short-term cycles on Gann, you're going to have trouble making the system work.
Well, I think Gann's one of the most important parts of the Gann studies, of course, are his plastic overlays, and they, can be also done on computers. But Gann used overlays a lot in his work, and the square, once you understand it, well, then you understand the geometry of the market. But his ranges, his retracement ranges, his angles, which are in effect moving averages. He maintains if you're trading a trend above the 45-degree trend line, you're in a bull market. Well, once you start breaking angles, well, then your rate of appreciation is slowing down and so forth. And in a bear market, you want to stay below the 45-degree resistance line. These are very basic concepts. His 50% retracement rules.
Gann also made significant discoveries involving time cycles. He studied major multi-year cycles of up to 100 years and watched for market action of the past to be repeated in the future. For example, he called the 5th year of each decade the year of ascension. Every 5th year of the decade has been a bull market for both the All Ordinaries Index and the Dow Jones Industrial Average from 1905 until 1995. Gann also discovered that markets regularly make tops and bottoms on seasonal times of the year, solstices and equinoxes, and on anniversaries of previous tops and bottoms.
I had the opportunity of becoming Australia's first technical analyst to be employed by a stockbroker in 1964, and then I went on to enjoy the fruits of the Poseidon boom, the oil boom, and in 1974, and actually it was 1973 that I was starting to predict the 74 crash because of the share price patterns that were building up, and I predicted a 74 share crash, which went back to 1958 levels, but I did it all from charts, and the broking investment community largely ignored my warnings, but my clients were all out of the market, and they were there to buy the 74 crash lows, and that was the best buying position of the century so far.
I've been in the philosophies and studying of Gann since 1983. Took me about more than 10 years to work out actually what he was doing, and I was constantly reading his material. At some stage I felt like giving up, but stuck with it, and the rewards have definitely come after that period.
What actually happened on September 11 is that I was using a tool called the Gann fan. Gann himself created this tool. He was a little bit more modest, and he just called it a moving average indicator, or a moving average trend line. Using that moving average trend line from the previous low in March gave me a date of September 11 as a balancing out of the market on the one-by-one fan line, which is starting to sound a little bit technical, but in essence, what had happened a couple of days before September 11 was the market had a big rally, came up to meet Gann's moving average trend line where it acted as resistance. I looked at it in combination with some Fibonacci numbers, in combination with some of my own discoveries of the pyramid, and I've been watching this date looking for a signal, and the signal was there to anticipate a short trade. The market fell away very, very heavily, and to be honest, it fell a lot further than I expected it would in such a short period of time. But I was convinced the market was going to fall, and I had instructed my broker the day before September 11, just at market close, to actually go short. And I remember that he queried that order because the market was rallying so strongly, but I was insistent that the market should come away, and it did. And it was a great profit with mixed emotions, obviously, but it was Gann's cycle work and his Gann fan that really put the nail in the coffin for me and just confirmed that it should be a short trade.
Yes, once you get used to using Market Analyst and using your own technical tools that really work in the market, it's talking to you. The market tells you what the market's doing and how you handle your position, where you get in, where you get out. No, it's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. And also, I think, not just for commodities, but I'm finding now with the mining boom, the uranium, the stocks, it's just so easy to code in the stock price and turn up the stock with your template of your indicators, everything, and you've got the whole picture there, and you know whether it's worth doing more research and analysis on.
I think the great thing about Market Analyst software is that it does make the work very much quicker, and it's also more accurate. When I first started, I did a lot of stuff by hand, and I think that's good from a learning curve point of view. But when you're trading on the markets, and markets move much more quickly these days, you can make human error mistakes. Your calculations can be out. You can make a simple mistake which will end up costing you a lot of money. The software gets it right. It makes it so much quicker, so much easier, and you can concentrate then on positioning orders rather than charting and drawing lines and so forth. I think the software is excellent.
This presentation is brought to you by the leading supplier of Gann analysis software, Market Analyst. Based in Brisbane, Australia, Market Analyst has over 10 years' experience in the trading industry, creating charting software and providing market data for traders and investors in countries all around the world. Market Analyst is assisting traders to make better trading decisions. Market Analyst is rated as Australia's best charting application by many of Australia's leading authorities on the subject of trading, constantly receiving praise for new initiatives in technical analysis to assist traders. This is why more traders choose Market Analyst over any other Australian charting package. If you have been intrigued by the life and studies of W.D. Gann as presented to you in this presentation, then download your free Market Analyst trial now. This free trial will give you access to the current prices of all Australian listed companies and also access to Market Analyst's free support line for any assistance required to getting started. More information can also be found at our website www.market-analyst.com.